It's really none of my business, but it don't look like there's been 3 or 4 guys in here that's shot everybody.
I don't see anything.
In addition to the attacks on Tesla owners around the country, there's another element of political hate crimes growing in the country as multiple conservative and MAGA figures have become targets of so-called swatting incidents at their homes. Larry Taunton, who has more than 177,000 followers on X and more than 140,000 YouTube subscribers, was in bed around 1 a.m. on Monday when 3 officers approached his home, guns drawn. Police told Taunton that they received a call saying 3 men in hoodies were, quote, moving throughout the house, executing everybody, end quote. Nationally syndicated talk radio host Joe Pagliarulo's home was swatted last week, bringing heavily armed police officers to his home at 2:35 in the morning. Video shows a man who appears dressed as a cop with an AR-15 outside his house. Joining us now is Larry and Joe for details. Larry, first to you, when you saw the officers outside with guns drawn, what was your first feeling?
Well, I can only see silhouettes of them, and thanks to my dog, I saw them before they saw me, and so I had a weapon of my own, and I could just see the silhouettes of men carrying what I thought were AR-15s and turned out to be AR-15s. And you mentioned 3, there were actually 5, 2 more on the perimeter, 9 cars parked away from my home. They came in, as they described it, blacked out, meaning no lights on their cars, no sirens. And here it is, 1:15 in the morning, I think my timestamp on the camera says, and I'm thinking I'm about to be in a firefight.
Well, Joe, I mean, thank God nobody's been killed, as far as I know, in any of these incidences so far. But you know, it eventually something's got to happen, because you see armed people, and you had kids in the home too, right, Joe?
Yeah, my wife and kids were asleep down the hall. I happen to be a guy who goes to bed very, very late, 5 o'clock in the morning. So I was awake when my Blink camera went off and sent me a notification on the phone. And like Larry, I've got guns nearby. I live in Texas. We've got plenty of guns. I see somebody with an AR-15. Clearly, that's what it was. I have an AR-15 too. I know what the gun is. And I didn't know that the guys are really a police officer. And if you can see in the background of that video you're showing, there are more flashlights. There were 3 more cops behind him, and then 3 in my backyard. The intention, David, is clear. They want us to die at our houses because of what we say. This is attempted murder, in my opinion.
Larry, has any Democrat stood up and said, this is terribly wrong to all my supporters out there, don't even think of doing something like this?
You know, they're too busy burning Teslas, I think. I haven't heard from any of them. And listen, to add to something that Joe just said here, they are, these callers, this is definitely terrorism, and this is an attempt to use local law enforcement as proxy assassination squads.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what this is. And except they're stupid, because we really don't even know what it is that we're talking about. They don't like. Is it Israel, Hamas, USAID?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, be clear.
Joe, we got to run. I'm so sorry to cut you off quickly, but with 10 seconds, what would you like to see the FBI do about this?
The FBI's got to track them down, figure out the VoIP numbers that they're using, end up getting these people not only for attempted murder, but for domestic terrorism, too. I think that would stick.
Joe, Larry, we wish you the very best. Thank God you guys are okay, and most importantly, your family. Appreciate you coming in, gentlemen.
Thank you, David.
Thanks for having us.